Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they can't stay consistent. Think about it. You start something with fire. You tell yourself, this time will be different. A new goal, a new plan, a new motivation. But then, life happens. A few days go by, then weeks. Your gym membership, wasted. That book you wanted to finish, still sitting there. Your dream, still just a dream. Why? Because you fall into the same cycle every time. You get excited, you take action, but then you slow down. You get distracted. You start making excuses. And before you even realize it, you're right back where you started. But what if I told you? Consistency isn't what you think it is. What if the reason you keep failing isn't because you're weak, but because you've been approaching consistency the wrong way your entire life? By the end of this video, you will see consistency in a way you never have before. And once you do, you can't unsee it. This will either change your life or make you realize why you've been stuck for so long. So, let's get real. Because the brutal truth about consistency is something no one ever told you. Most people think consistency is about motivation. It's not. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. You can't build success on something that isn't consistent itself. The people who achieve their goals, the ones who transform their lives, aren't the ones who feel motivated every day. They're the ones who show up even when they don't feel like it. Think about it like planting a seed. You start excited, watering it every day. But after a few days, you don't see any results. No leaves, no sprouts, nothing. You get impatient. You start doubting. You stop watering. And eventually, the seed dies. Not because it couldn't grow, but because you quit before it had the chance. That's exactly what most people do with their goals. They start something new, put in effort for a few days or weeks. But when they don't see instant progress, they assume it's not working. So they quit. The brutal truth: if you can't stay consistent when you don't see results, you'll never succeed at anything. Because success isn't about what you do when things are going well, it's about what you do when nothing seems to be working. So, if you've been stuck in the same cycle, quitting every time things get hard, it's time to break free. But first, you need to understand the real reason you can't stay consistent. And once you do, everything will change. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort. That's why it's so easy to scroll through social media for hours, binge watch Netflix, or play video games. But the moment you try to build a new habit, waking up early, working out, learning a new skill, it suddenly feels hard, boring, and exhausting. This is called the instant gratification trap. Your brain has been trained to expect immediate rewards. Every time you check your phone, you get a dopamine hit, a small, pleasurable boost that makes you feel good. But when you start something meaningful, something that requires long-term effort, there's no instant payoff. So your brain panics and convinces you that it's not worth it. Let's say two people start working out. One goes to the gym for a week, looks in the mirror, and sees no changes. Frustrated, they quit. They tell themselves it's not working. They go back to their old habits, waiting for a better time to start. The other person also sees no changes in the first week, but they keep going. 1 week turns into 1 month, then 2, then 3. One day they wake up, look in the mirror, and everything is different. Their body has transformed, their mindset has shifted, and now working out is just part of who they are. The difference? One person trusted the process, the other gave up too soon. This is the hard truth about consistency. It won't reward you right away. And that's why most people fail. They expect quick results, and when they don't get them, they assume it's not working. But real success is invisible until it isn't. The people who stay consistent, they push through the boring, the slow, the frustrating moments where nothing seems to be happening. And because they refuse to quit, they win. So, the real question isn't, why am I not seeing results? It's, can I keep going, even when I don't? And if you can, you'll become unstoppable. Your brain is playing a game with you. And right now, it's winning. Every time you skip a workout, every time you delay that project, every time you choose the easier path, your brain rewards you. You feel a sense of relief, like you've escaped something uncomfortable. And that's why inconsistency always wins. Your brain has linked effort to pain and quitting to relief. That's why it feels good when you say, I'll start tomorrow. That's why skipping a workout feels more satisfying than pushing through. That's why hitting snooze feels like the better choice in the moment. But here's the brutal truth. If you keep quitting when things get uncomfortable, you're training yourself to lose. You're telling yourself, I don't follow through. You're reinforcing the habit of stopping. And every time you quit, you're proving to yourself that you're not serious. Now, here's how you flip the script. Train your brain to feel pain when you skip, instead of when you show up. The top performers in the world don't feel pain when they work. They feel pain when they don't work. They don't say, I have to go to the gym. They say, I don't feel right if I don't. They don't say, I have to be productive today. They say, if I don't make progress, I'll feel worse. Imagine waking up and realizing you broke your streak. Imagine skipping your goals and knowing that this is how failure happens, one skipped day at a time. What if you trained yourself to feel that pain? What if skipping a day, making an excuse, or taking the easy way out actually made you feel worse than doing the work? Because the moment you do that, you'll never lose momentum again. You don't need motivation, you need identity. Motivation is weak, it's unreliable. It comes and goes, and if you rely on it, you'll never be consistent. You don't need to feel motivated to brush your teeth every morning, do you? You just do it. It's part of who you are. A soldier doesn't wake up and think, do I feel like following orders today? They just do it. A parent doesn't say, I need motivation to take care of my child. It's their identity. That's how you need to see your goals. Stop saying, I want to be fit. Start saying, I am the type of person who never skips workouts. Stop saying, I want to be successful. Start saying, I am the type of person who works on my goals every single day. The moment you shift your identity, consistency becomes effortless. Because when something becomes part of who you are, it's no longer a choice, it's a standard. Right now, your identity might be working against you. If you constantly tell yourself, I always procrastinate, or I never finish what I start, guess what? You're reinforcing that identity. And your actions will always follow your identity. So ask yourself, who do you want to become? If you want to be disciplined, stop waiting for motivation. Start proving it to yourself through your actions. Because the truth is, you already have an identity. The only question is it the one that's going to get you where you want to be? The reason you're not consistent isn't because you're lazy. It's because you've never fully committed. You've been treating your goals like a hobby, not a responsibility. You show up when you feel like it, when it's convenient, when the conditions are perfect. But success doesn't work that way. The people who make it aren't the ones who try. They're the ones who commit, fully, completely, without excuses. Right now, you have two options. Keep repeating the same cycle, starting, stopping, making excuses, waiting for motivation, and ending up in the same place. Or decide, right now, that you're done playing games, that you're done waiting for the perfect moment, that from this point forward, you are the type of person who doesn't quit. So, who do you want to become? Because whether you realize it or not, your actions today are shaping that future version of you. And if you don't decide who you're becoming, your bad habits will decide for you. Now, I want you to commit. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you'll stop quitting on? Let the world know. Make it real. And if you're ready to stop wasting time and take control of your life, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because we're just getting started. Blast off.